Here are 3 reasons why Jujutsu Kaisen means a lot to me. Now, it's quite personal. I'm not sure everyone's gonna care or is able to relate to it, but here we go. Number 1, Yuji looking after his granddad. Now, this really hit close to home because I was the carer for my late grandfather, and anyone who gives care, looks after or provides emotional support to someone who needs or is unable to get it will always have a special place in my heart. And seeing Yuji visit his granddad when seemingly he's been abandoned, or well, no one visits him as frequently as Yuji, warms my heart. And I know that his granddad is eternally grateful to Yuji, even if it's not as apparent. And when his granddad passed away, when Yuji was not there, when Yuji was not by his side on his final moments, I know it ripped him apart inside. I know that it tore him up, even though he had to just get on with his day. It seemed like Yuji has been fending for himself for a while. He knows how to be independent, but he's looking for these moments, these bits and bobs to truly drive him, to truly give purpose to his life or to his day. And I know that his granddad, him caring and visiting his granddad, is one of the bits that drove him forward. He is a good person. And then this gesture just cemented for me, okay, I want to be emotionally connected to this guy. We understood his motives, his emotional drive first before anything else. We don't know about his dream, we don't know about anything. And later on, when he is sentenced to death, his point is that he wants everyone to have a meaningful death, a meaningful end. It really does hit very close to the feels. And it's justified from these early moments when you see him with his granddad, and later on when he's put into a group, well, a new group, because we've seen him how he is kind of with his school friends, but more importantly how he is with the other Jujutsu sorcerers, Megumi and Nobara. This is when we truly get to know Yuji on another level. And that level, wow, it's great, isn't it? It's important how they are building this main protagonist to be enjoyed and loved from various different angles and different ways. But one character doesn't make it. It's all about an entourage. And that brings me to point number 2. I can finally appreciate a trios of characters as an adult. What I mean by that is I grew up with the One Pieces, the Dragon Balls, the Narutos. Well, when I say grow up, I mean I was either a child or in my teenage years. I was still in education. I've not worked properly yet. So my understanding, my exposure to these anime and how they deal with the characters is completely different to how it would be now. And the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen is in his late 20s. So he grew up with the similar, if not the same things as we grew up, obviously in a different demographic because he's in Japan or we're everywhere else in the world. I just feel as if there's a different level of appreciation, and it feels like the interaction is painted differently for myself or for an older demographic. The one to really focus on is Naruto. Team 7, you had Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke, and you had these 3 individuals, 2 boys, 1 girl, and how they just interact with each other, how they go about life. It's nice, but again, you're looking at this as a teenager, and looking at the trio of Nobara, Megumi and Yuji as an adult, it's very different. You look at it with a completely different lens, and you appreciate the bonds, the friendships, the interactions, the trials and tribulations you have as a child with people, as a group, and how it shapes you, how it builds you, how it really does strengthen you. So it's always great to see this. And now having this as an adult for an anime which obviously is fictional, I can enjoy it and it looks good. I really, really do treasure that. But why I treasure it is because I'm older. And that brings me to point number 3. Gojo and Nanami, they're in their late 20s, similar to the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, Gojo, everyone wants to be him, he's cool, blah, blah, blah. But what I want to focus on is Nanami. Nanami, I just get him. I get him because I work a corporate job. I work these boring ass 9 to 5s, but it's not 9 to 5. You have to wake up at 7. You come back home at 7, and that's on a good day. It's a 12-hour shift. It is mind draining, soul eating. It's just morally degrading in terms of your morals. Your feelings slowly start getting chipped away. You start becoming less and less caring because you're just going through this monotonous same shit every single day. It's hard. It's difficult, and this is what really does feed into the previous points. Now as an adult, I see the world in a different way. Maybe it's more jaded, maybe it's more cynical, and I wish I could go back and understand and really appreciate what I had as a child. And seeing these senseis who are older, they're making mistakes, but it's okay because they're still young enough, but at the same time they've lived life enough to also be teachers for the next and the younger generation. It's great to see. Nanami chose being a Jujutsu sorcerer as a lesser of two boring evils between that and an office job. Like, come on, we've all picked the best of two horrible options. Let me know of any of your personal interactions or thoughts and feelings regarding an anime. I'd love to read it. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.